All right, so I've been asked before by like young aspiring trainers, and I mean I'm technically a young trainer coach. I mean I'm 35, but I've only been doing it 5 years because I got started later after I was in sales and marketing for however long. But got asked the other day about like what were some of the best and worst certifications I did, and I thought that's a good question. And when I first started out, I was all gung ho. Got to do all this cert, that cert. All these coaches promoting their certifications and read this book, that book, go to this class, this whatever it is. And I think there are a lot of good ones out there. There are some good ones there, but a lot of times I think we spend too much time digging into books and courses and certifications, and we don't actually do anything. We don't actually coach. The best, and this isn't just coaching. This is everything. Same with college. Going to learn from the books, that's not going to teach you much of anything. I went to college for sales and marketing. I don't remember a damn thing from college, besides the drinking and partying. That's about all that I got out of it. Friends and stuff like that. But learning how to live on my own, I guess you can kind of say. But the book wise, you could read all the books and learn everything and study all the stuff, especially with training, with coaching, all these personal training books. You can read all that stuff. You're not going to use any of it, or very little of it. You can have all this stuff, but then a person comes in, oh, let's just go do 3 sets of 10 of this, 3 sets of 10 of that. Oh, we got to follow this perfect training order. We got to build out this plan that's 52 weeks long, and it has to perfectly follow this order, and you can never, that's not going to work, because then life happens. This client has a real life. They get sick, they have a family, whatever it is, they have work, things get busy. You're not going to be able to follow it. So just following all the books, and the personal trainer certifications are the worst. Like, I just did an online one through ISSA or whatever the heck it's called. And I mean, you study it. I don't use anything from that. I just did it because to get a job, because you need a certification. But again, those are a waste of time, honestly. Just go coach people. But good, bad certs. So yeah, read any, like, I don't think all the personal training certs are probably the same. No matter what one you do, you just read a book and take a test, and oh wow, you're certified. Same with going to school. Go to school, read all these books, take tests. Whoop de doo, it doesn't help you. It's applying. It's taking what that and apply, and actually working with real people. But good certs. I've taken I mean, as I said, when I started, I was gung ho about doing all the certs, all these courses and classes and things. So, let's start with the best. I think the best was probably the CPPS, Joe DeFranco and Smitty's. I like that one because, yes, there was reading and taking a test, but I also went there and applied and learned from them, teaching, and got to see hands-on demonstrations of coaching and how it works and how to coach and things like that. So going and seeing and doing was a huge help. That's why I like them, and it was at the WWE Performance Center, so that's another plus. That was sweet back in. Didn't get to see any wrestlers. We got to see the facility back in the day, but that was probably the best one. I'm trying to think some other good ones. Precision nutrition is good. I like that because again, it is a lot of reading and learning, but it's a lot of taking and applying and learning habits and coaching techniques. I like the way they did that. So I'm just looking at my things on my wall. The complete coaching cert was pretty solid. Mike Robertson's, again, good info. But again, you can read all the info, but you got to take it and apply it. I'm trying to think. Joel Jamieson's was pretty solid. The conditioning, learn about the different conditioning systems. Again, that's good. So those are probably the better ones. Ones that are kind of even like I've done a lot of coaching ones too, or like business ones, but these are more, and I've had hit or miss on those too. They're all basically the same with those. All do the same thing. You gotta find your ideal client, that type of stuff, and then you gotta build out a program, build out a marketing plan. You gotta follow up. You gotta send DMs. You gotta add people to Facebook and other stuff. I found more it's just experimenting and doing it as my own and just following along and learning from people that I admire and think that, like the way they do things and then fit it to my style. That's a better way to go about it than a lot of these coaching programs and business coaching programs because everyone somehow is a fitness business coach too now. It isn't as bad as it was a few years ago, but those people just are annoying. All the programs pretty much exactly the same, teach you the same stuff. Honestly, it's about getting in and coaching and some bad certs. PPSC, I didn't like that one. I thought it was gonna be good. It was a time when I was kind of in the Kool-Aid of all that stuff. Pain-free performance. First of all, that doesn't exist. Pain, that's not a real thing. Pain-free. Yeah, we don't want to have pain, but I didn't like it because basically paid $300 to learn a warm-up and some progressions and regressions for exercises. So that was a waste of a drive to Madison. And I mean, I don't use any of that warm-up stuff. Warm-up is not 6 steps. A warm-up it's a waste. Honestly, yeah, my whole thoughts on that. But that's what comes with growth. That comes with getting out and experimenting and doing your own things and not just buying in and drinking the Kool-Aid of all these other coaches and fitness influencers. And I'm guilty of that as in the past of just doing everything because someone that I thought was good says it. And it's not. You realize it doesn't help. You realize there's no such thing as pain-free performance. There's always going to be pain because without pain, there's no growth. It could be physical, mental, emotional. It could be the warm-up. My warm-ups aren't activation drills and dynamic stretching and primers and stuff like that. My is actually getting in and doing more stuff. It's crawling, it's rolling, it's tumbling, it's being active. That's the warm-up. It doesn't have to follow this perfect routine. It's not reading a book and the performance book or the certification books, personal training certification books, and everything is 3 sets of 10. You have to follow this perfect. Your workout has to follow this strict order. It has to go this after this after this, and you have to do this many sets, this much volume, until you realize every person is different. Every day is different. You know, the program percentages. You don't have to. There's so much to it. Trying to think of other bad ones. Basically, yeah, the personal training starts. PPSC was not a good one. I'm sure there's some other dumb ones that I've wasted money on. But again, honestly, the best thing to do if you want to coach is coach. Do stuff, coach people for free. Find someone to work around, a mentor or whatever, if you want to call them that, and intern. That's the best. Intern. I interned at ETS. I didn't like how I learned to not like how ETS does things. I don't think they're very good at like their whole philosophy. They're just kind of just a knockoff of every other cookie cutter training program out there. But I learned that I like to work with kids, and I learned how to coach and work with different kids through that, which was good. And I think interns are good because you learn to take stuff from that, just like you work with a mentor or whatever. You read a book, you take what's applicable from that, or you do a training program, you take what's applicable from that and apply it to your own life, your own training, what worked, what didn't work. It's that whole Bruce Lee quote of I don't know the exact quote, but take what works for you, get rid of the rest. It's doing that stuff. And I've done that through all these, even from the stuff that I didn't like. You take that and you know you don't want to do that. You get rid of that. The warm-up. You don't need to follow 6 steps, activation and prime and whatever it is. You don't need to do that. You don't need to be a robot when you train. You don't need to follow these exact steps all the time. Listen to your body, listen to your clients, work with different clients, and really work from there. That's what's going to help you figure out, because a lot of times that just holds you back, that you have to wait for this perfect time. You have to be certified and things like that. Yes, continuing to educate yourself is important, but doesn't mean you have to go spend a bunch of money on all these certifications and things like that. Find a few that maybe you like, learn from those people, and again, take what's useful and apply it. But the best way to do it is to work with a bunch of people, get in the gym and train yourself, train other people, and when it's nutrition, figure out yourself, work with different people, because again, nutrition is even more individualized than training, and everyone's different with all that stuff. So you got to work with different people, you got to do different things and experiment. And I wrote a post where I use myself as, I say I'm Dr. Frankenstein and his monster, because I am the experiment. I experiment on myself. There's nothing that my clients have done that I haven't done. Every diet I've done, all the fads, all that garbage, what led me to where I am now. I've done all the training that my clients do. I don't do it, program anything I haven't done or do or anything like that. So, and again, some of the stuff might work for them, some of them might not. That's where you learn, that's where you grow. There's no set in stone thing like that. But that's kind of my answers on that. I can't, like, I've done so many things that, I mean, just do stuff. I mean, that's the main thing. Do stuff, learn from that. Hands-on experience is the best experience, I think. Better than any certs or any books or classes or courses that you're going to take. So, but that's what I have on that. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, guys. Thanks.